not gonna brag, I got a beast computer. I mean, look at this. We are at almost 300 frames per second over there, and we are way over 200 frames right now. So I wanted to put it to a test because you can't really always trust the frame rate. We have hit 0 frames per second, guys. I see a red screen on my right side. I have no idea what's going on. I've never experienced this, guys. I'm very, very impressed with that. So what I wanted to do is take my old computer and this new one, and I wanted to put them into a series of lag tests and to see which one crashes Minecraft first, or even if they last. Alright, let's see what happens. I have a bunch of tests lined up to see which one causes the most lag on which computer. So without further ado, let's jump straight into it. Hold on. Before we go into the test, for context, if you want to know what systems I'm using, for the Pro system, I'm using the Acer Predator Helios 300 2020 model. It's a gaming laptop. And for the broke setup, I'm using the HP Pavilion Notebook. I don't remember the model. It's really old, but I will leave the specs to both the system down in the description for you to go check out if you want. But now let's continue with our test. So all of us know that mobs do create a lot of lag. So what I want to do is I want to spawn in a bunch of blazes because we know they cause a bunch of lags with those particles and stuff. And let's just see how many frames we are at. So we are still over 100. I'm just going to continue keep spawning them. Let's see what it will take, right? Let's see what it will take. I'm going to just spawn a bunch, and so far this computer seems to handle it pretty well. Alright, we are still over 90 or 80-ish frames, and we are still spawning them in. Okay, I'm gonna spawn a bunch more, and let's just see where we are at. Oh my god, that is a lot of blazes. We are at 340 entities, and we still have 60 frames per second. Alright, I think we need to crank this up a little bit more. So we are on the broke setup, and we have around 46 to 44 frames per second on this setup before doing anything. And just for your information, both machines are on 16 chunks of render distance. But guys, without further ado, I think we should do this test. So let's just spawn in a bunch of blazes on this machine. I'm gonna open this up and let's see where we're at. So we're around 60, so it's actually not bad. The frames is not bad here, but let's just see how many it can handle with normal spawning. Right? We're just spawning a bunch. We have around 200 entities. It's letting us keep going. Oh, it's dropping to 25. Can we actually crash this thing? That's what I'm wondering. I think we can, guys. We have a chance. Alright, we have a chance. So let's go. I'm just gonna spawn more and we'll see where we're at. Okay, guys, so we are around at 500 entities, and the computer is actually handling pretty well. I did not expect this. It is still running a solid 15 to 13 frames per second, so it's totally, I guess, playable. You can look at things around and it is not crashing. So I think this computer survives this round. Right, this computer survives just barely, though, just barely. So I have just built this contraption. There's 20 dispensers, and this is going to be cycling through these dispensers, and they are filled with blaze spawn eggs. So let's see how it goes. I'm going to flick this one on right now, and I'm going to flick this one on, and here we go, guys. We have tons of... Alright, why are these... Oh my god, what is my lag? We are at 27 frames, and it's still not crashing the game, though. It's still not crashing the game. How many entities do we have? We have around 1,000. Let's keep going. 10, we're at 10. We're gonna crash. We're gonna crash soon, guys. We're gonna crash soon. 10. Oh my god, we're gonna crash. Are we gonna crash? 2 frames a second. We are running at 2 frames a second. I can't even move. And we're at 2,000, almost 2. Well, okay, we're now at 2,000 entities, and I'm literally running at 1 frame a second. 1 frame a second. I cannot move. There are so many blazes, but it seems like the computer is not crashing. It's still running. Let's just see how long this goes. We have hit 0 frames per second, guys. We just hit 0 frames per second at 3,000, almost 3,000 entities. Wow, the computer is still going. That's pretty impressive. Wow. Okay, I'm blown away. I think that is a fair test in terms of mob spawning for this computer. I mean, I've got to say, that's not bad. All right, that's not bad. It took 3,000 entities to go to 0 frames per second. Now let's see how long it takes for the other computer to last. Oh, I don't think it's gonna last, guys. Honestly, I'm gonna make a prediction. I don't think it's even gonna go up to 1,000. Let's see what happens. So we have the exact same machines, 10 dispensers, 2 rows, filled with play Spawn X, and guys, I don't think this is gonna go well. We are running at around 60 FPS right now, and yeah, I think this is gonna kill it because the other machine, even the Pro machine, did not survive. It went to 0 FPS. So guys, here we go. Let's just see how it goes. We are in peaceful mode. After that horrendous clip, now let's try that again. Let's just flick both these levers. No, flick that one, and here we go. We have tons of blazes flying in. This happened the last time, and it's already at 7 frames per second. It's already went down, and I think we can crash this, guys. I believe strongly that we can crash this. We're going to 2 frames per second. All right, can we go to 1 frames per second? We have gotten to 1 frame per second. Please, let's crash it. Can we get to 0? Can we get to 0? All right, this machine is dead, guys. All right, I cannot even move. Like, I'm trying to move right now, and it's so slow. Like, oh my god, guys, this is so bad. Like, we're at 1 frames per second, and look at all this blaze. That is insane. And let's just see our frames. We have a huge red spike on the right. I have no idea why that is that. We're at 0 frames per second. There we go. We have hit 0 frames per second, and I feel like we can crash it. Let's see what happens. There we go. We're at 0 frames per second. I see tons of lines going through my screen. I see a red screen on my right side. I have no idea what's going on. I've never experienced this, guys. But we're at 0 frames per second. Our entity count is at 2,600, almost 2,700. And I feel like the computer's dead. The computer's dead. We have lines everywhere. I want to crash it. I'm going to wait here, guys. I'm going to wait here. I want to crash this thing. Okay, guys, I think it's fair to say we have to give credit to this machine. It's still holding up. We're at around 4,000 entities, and it's completely dead, right? It's completely dead. We can't do anything, but it's not crashing Minecraft. It's still alive, and I'm blown away, guys. I'm blown away that this machine is still alive. I really thought this was our chance to crash the game, and I was wrong. So I guess we have to move on to the next test. Now, this just looks like a bunch of ordinary chests, but what's inside is there's a bunch of diamonds inside, and what I'm gonna do is, guys, I'm gonna break every single chest, and let's see how well this beast computer handles. Alright, there's gonna be tons of entities on the floor, so let's just see how it handles. I gotta stay a little bit back because I don't want to pick anything up. Alright, I gotta open this. Alright, there we go. We're at 70 frames. We are already dropping frames. 60. Wow, that is much quicker than the mobs. Oh, guys, I feel like we're already lagging out. We've only done 1 row. We're already at 28 frames. There's over how many entities? 600. There's only 600, but why are we lagging so much? Alright, let's just break all of these, the rest of these. Oh, so many diamonds, guys. Look at this, and we are at 23 frames per second. We are lagging 15. Oh my god. Let's just break this. We've only done 2 rows, and we are already at 13 frames a second with 1,000 entities. Alright, that doesn't seem much. I mean, the blaze seem to last a lot longer. Let's just see how it goes. I'm just gonna break the rest of this. Alright, here we go. I'm picking some of these diamonds. I'm not supposed to. Sorry about that, guys. Let's just pick the break this up. And wow, 9 frames a second. That is the lowest this computer goes with this much entities on the floor. Alright, how many? There's 1,700 entities on the floor. Just a bunch of diamonds on the floor, and we are at 9 frames a second. Okay, I would say that's not bad. I don't think anyone would drop this much entities in Minecraft. Let's just see how the other computer does. But right now, what if we picked all of this up? Alright, guys, our frames are going back up as we pick all this up, and look at this. This is so satisfying. Look at all this, and we have went back to over 100 frames from literally 9. Alright, that was insane. Now let's test this with the other computer, and we'll see how well it handles. Okay, so we have the exact same setup here. 9 chests, 9 double chests, 3 rows filled with diamonds. Now let's see how this one goes. I'm gonna start breaking all these first, and then we'll see our frames in a second. I don't want to be picking up all these diamonds, so I'm gonna break these. Let's just see our frames after this. I hope this one goes well. This one did not go well for the previous test, and it's already lagging out, guys. It's already feeling so laggy. Let's just check our lag spot. I can't even see my frames per second. Wow. There we go, guys. We can see our frames in the bottom top corner, and what did I just say? Top left corner, not bottom top corner. That makes no sense, but it's bad, guys. It's really bad. We are at 4 frames per second. I cannot even, this computer did not handle well. I cannot even continue to break the chest. It's so laggy. I can't break any chest. There we go. We have finally broken that one. We still have 4 more chests. We are at 3 frames per second, 3 to 2 frames per second. Now we have our last chest, and yes, this test went horribly wrong, and the final chest is broken, and we have ourselves around 2 FPS. 2. Now, this is not gonna crash the game, but we're playing at 2 FPS, so there is our test. Yeah, this did not go well at all. Like the other computer, we could have at least broken the chest and stuff. It was much smoother. This was just horrible. So yeah, it's an L for this computer. Okay, so I think this test is gonna be more relatable for you guys because I don't think anybody's gonna break thousands of entities on the floor. But what if we turn on shaders? Let's see how our frames does. We are around 60 frames per second, around there. That's not bad on this good computer. What if we just go here and turn this on to the max, 64 chunks plus shaders? It is at 6 frames per second. It is not doing so well. Let's just see. Is it because the new chunks are loading? I'm not really sure. What if we fly up? Is it gonna lag? Oh my god, guys, it's so laggy. Like, it's almost unplayable. We're going to 8. This is the easiest way to crash your computer. Are we gonna crash? I don't think we're gonna crash. Let's just see what happens. Okay, here we go. We're at 8. I'm trying to load as many chunks as possible so that I crash this computer. Come on. Are we gonna crash? We're around 7 frames per second. It is really, really laggy. Let's see what happens. I'm just gonna walk around, keep walking around. Maybe it will smoothen out, or maybe it will crash. We'll see what happens. Okay, so I've been here for a while and nothing is really happening. It's basically stuck around 9 FPS. So that is, I think, the limit with shaders. Not every chunk is even loading. If we actually look, like, those chunks are not even loading yet, and it's really, really buggy. But I don't think this is gonna crash the game. So this computer has handled pretty well, I would say, for literally all the max settings you can possibly have. Now let's see the other computer. I don't think it's gonna go well. Not at all. If we just ignore our Steve skin for a second, this machine, the broke machine on shaders and just normal render distance, is running at around 16 to 20 FPS. So it's already pretty bad. It's already pretty bad on shaders. Most of you guys don't notice this, but it is pretty bad on shaders. It's pretty laggy. So what we're gonna do is now we're gonna crank it up even more, and we're gonna put this on the maximum chunks. All right, and it just lets us put it to 48, and let's just see what the frames are at 48 chunks. And yeah, this machine is not good. It is not running smoothly at all. It is around 3 to 5 frames. Look, this is me just barely turning around. Everything is not loading, and yeah, this is not even the most intense shaders, and this machine is struggling a lot. So yeah, that concludes our shader session. I know most of you guys are probably here to see this, the TNT test. So this is 100 pieces of TNT, and we're gonna blow it up on the good computer, and we'll see how it handles. So I'm gonna take my flint and steel. We're gonna do this, and then let's see how it handles. We're at 140 frames right now. It's gonna blow up, and oh my god, that was 100 TNT. It's still going off, but the computer, wow, that was actually really smooth. I did not expect that. We are back up to over 100 FPS, and guys, I'm actually really impressed how that handled, but maybe we should step it up a notch. And here we go, the TNT test, the 100 pieces of TNT test. We're gonna take this flint and steel, we're gonna ignite this TNT, and let's see our frames per second, guys. We're around 60 frames per second. Let's see if we can look at this action smoothly, and so far, okay, alright, let's just, wow, that's really loud, but let's just let it finish. And oh wow, where is this TNT coming from? I don't even see any TNT. Wow, that's super loud, guys. But guys, the frames are actually handling pretty well. Oh, I can't even speak, it's so loud. And there we go, we're having a dip. We have a dip. It's 1 frames per second. It just dipped to 1 frame per second. What? That doesn't even make any sense. Okay, it's back. It's at 40. Okay, what's happening? And there we go. It is done. So guys, after that little dip, we're around 40 to 30 FPS while it was exploding. That is actually not bad at all for this machine. I'm very impressed with that. And I've got to say, it handled it pretty well. Now the other computer handled it much smoother. We could even move and stuff, but for a broke setup, it's not bad at all. Which brings us to this machine again. Now this is 24 dispensers filled with TNT. So let's see how it goes. We just have to flick this 2 lever and let's just see. Alright, I'm gonna open my F3 screen. We're gonna flick this on. We're gonna flick this on. Oh my god. It's at 100 frames. Alright, here we go. TNT is flooding. And what is gonna happen? Oh my god. The computer is actually still at 60 frames per second. The lowest it was, I think, was 60. And the machine is broken already. But as you guys saw, it didn't actually take that much of a frame dip, and we actually lasted quite a long time, so that is really good, and the frame was actually not bad. So that was our TNT test, and let me say this machine did pretty well, and I feel like the other machine has a chance with this one. Let's go take a look. Now we have this exact machine in the broke setup, and let's see how it goes. We're gonna flick this lever on. We're gonna flick this lever on. It's already causing some lag spikes, I think, but it's handling pretty well. 20 FPS, and it's super loud. It's super loud, and it's still going off. It's still going off. I'm looking at the frames, and wow, okay, it's done. And wow, the lowest it got was actually around 20 FPS. So that is really good for this machine. That is a lot of damage for one video. So guys, that is gonna be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Before you go, I just want to say I love the new computer. It's amazing. Alright, now you can leave.